Hello, hello, everyone.
Does that say we're live or alive?
Right.
Because I think I might need a plug in this morning.
Whew, I know.
I
Coffee
know.
has
I've
not
got my
kicked in.
coffee, and I promise y'all, by the time this show's over, it might be gone. Oh my goodness! Maybe I should introduce myself. I am Dr. Charli, the Book Mama.
I'm Stephanie Palmer, the Grammar Queen.
Yeah, and we're live and alive right
Yes,
here in Mount Pleasant, Texas
Yes,
today.
yes.
Yeah. So we don't have sunshine anymore. When I woke up this morning, we had sunshine.
Did we?
What did you do to
It was
it?
dark when I woke up.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I promise I didn't do anything.
Gotta blame somebody, right? So it's been a minute, y'all. We have had. I just want y'all to type in and share and like and stress and distress if you can affiliate to the concept that life happens, because life has been happening a lot around here. Yes. Okay, so birthdays.
Yes, birthdays.
This is like the official birthday month, most official birthday month ever.
Yeah.
So I gained more knowledge this month.
Did you?
That's what I call having a birthday. I gained more
knowledge.
That's
right. Yeah, look, you know what? It slipped my mind.
Look, for a few more days, it's still my birthday.
Okay, there you go. Yes, it is. You are so right.
And then we had your daughter, Lakeland.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, before hers was the...
I was saving... Okay.
No, don't save him for last. We'll save the one from yesterday for last.
Right. And then, of course, Darren M. Palmer had a birthday.
Yes.
Did he get wiser?
Oh, I don't know. We're going to pray that he did.
We're just going to commit that to Jesus. And
nonetheless, he's more blessed. So
he's definitely more blessed. Yes. And then, of course, we had Zion.
Yes.
Yes, your baby.
Yes.
He's so precious. I was bad yesterday, y'all. I got him a messy present.
Yes, she was. Yes. And someone else in the office gave him sugar right before he went home. So yeah, it was like a 2-for-1. Yeah,
it was a twofer. Yeah. I'm so glad you got to take him home.
Yeah, he was jumping off the couch, literally. Yeah. It was one of those days.
5.
But it was his birthday, so I let him have it.
Jumping off the couch is like an Olympic sport when you're 5. Okay, so we're going to talk about what readers want.
No. Time out. Hold on just a second.
Oh, do I have to hold my breath too? No.
Okay, I just had to do that to segue.
Theme music.
Yes.
I love that.
Y'all, we need a theme song.
What you really want. What readers really, really want.
Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about.
Do they want? What do readers really, really want?
Right.
They might want theme music to their books. I don't know.
Hey, that's a plus right there.
There's hey, Brandy, how are you? It's good to see you. Brandy's book is about to be released. Woo! So excited about that. Yes. Business Fun Again.
Yes.
Y'all are going to have to check that out as soon as it's released. It's going to be awesome.
Yes.
So I kind of got all in my nerd over our topic.
I thought you were going to say nerves, and I was going to say me too, but go ahead.
No, not nerves. I mean, I have a few of those, and they've been stepped on a little bit. Look, y'all, we've both gotten the potty award this week for putting up with the crap.
Yeah.
So that's an actual trophy in our office.
Yeah.
So, but that's okay, because we enjoy what we do, and so putting up with the crap, it's really not that bad.
Right.
But I got in my nerd. So, I love history.
You do. That is something that we do not share
in common.
I love history.
Oh, look. Okay, I'm going to show y'all the Putting Up with the Crap Award. Here you go. Woo-hoo! This is the Putting Up with the Crap Award, getting past the crap award. Yes, we have both been awarded the award this week. Okay, but
it's Thursday, so
that's right. Yeah. But I got all in my nerd. I did. Okay.
It doesn't take much.
No, I'm always a step away from the cliff, So, okay, so we're talking about what readers really, really want, but I want to go back in time for a minute.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go there.
I have a reason, so y'all just follow my nerdisms for just a little bit. Okay, so when you're talking about what readers really, really want, okay, you have to understand the history of reading. Okay, and I don't mean like when letters were formed. I'm not going back to the, cavemen. I would like to go back to the transition of literature from the 18th, 19th, 20th centuries, etc. So in the 18th century, Stephanie, really reading was for education and entertainment, and that was really about it. And so you had extremely lengthy novels, or you had a lot of short stories that were produced and everything, and people shared books, and it was a lifestyle to read. Okay. And then in the 19th century, we continued with that education and entertainment, but we entered a new genre of books called self-help. And that was really interesting. However, in the 19th century, that was really more based on a moral perspective, the self-help kind of stuff. And then in the 20th century, we again continued education, entertainment, and personal growth, but we also got into like health and medical books. Those began to be, and I don't mean like for medical schools. I mean that the general citizen, could read. But we also got magazines.
Really?
And magazines. Well, so there were a few magazines that existed in the 19th century, but magazines became more prevalent. So one of the biggest pivotal things was the Industrial Revolution.
Okay, you're really
I'm really digging in, y'all. Like I'm all in my nerds. So just play with me, play nice. Okay, so the Industrial Revolution really changed the world of reading because we were able to produce books en masse, and we were able to produce books more quickly and more economically, and all the things that go into a book became easier with the Industrial Revolution. And so books became more prevalent. So not only, that was like the turn, like the 1900s, a little bit before, a little bit after, I'm just going to leave it at that. But with those Industrial Revolutions starting in the 1850s and moving up into the 20th century, we really had a turn in literacy. And literacy greatly affects what people were reading. And so not only did it affect the kind of books that we had, but it affected the number of people that were reading. But then we get to the 21st century.
Okay. Let us have it.
That's our century.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're back to the present. I'm in
the present. I'm in the present. Okay. So we had more of all of those things that I just talked about, but we literally entered into the information age.
Yes.
And there is absolutely no way that we could read everything that there is to read. Okay, but because we went from an industrial revolution to a technology revolution. And I don't know if people really realize that that's a real thing, but it really happened.
It really is, absolutely.
And so we've actually lived through that. That doesn't mean we get to share how old we are. Remember, we're just wiser. But we've actually seen the technology revolution occur in our lifetimes, as I'm sure many of the people listening have experienced that as well. So we not only had books, we got blogs.
Yes, yeah,
and we went from magazines to e-magazines, and a lot of pieces of information were shared via email. And so we have all these personal growth books now, but the personal growth books have exploded to discuss more than just morals. Now they're talking about systems and business and leadership, and they're talking about all kinds of elements of discipline and motivation. It's limitless. And because it has become very easy to produce books, ebooks, all that kind of stuff, then it's just all altered. So when we talk about what readers want, we have to consider what kind of culture we live in. Yes. And that culture has really pivoted. It's really shifted with that information society, that technology boost that we got in the late 20th century. And we're already 20 years into.
Yes.
I mean, okay. So did you ever watch the movie Dead Poets Society?
Really? We're going to ask me that.
Okay. Our producer is jumping up and down. I love her so much. I still love you too. All right.
Now, Star Trek? Was Star Wars now this?
No.
Star Wars? No.
Yes, Star Wars was one that you missed. Yes, but Dead Poets Society was with Robin Williams, and So he's a teacher. And the whole premise of Dead Poets Society was that there was a lackluster perspective of reading. There was a lackluster perspective of books, and that the youth, and this was produced, so it was produced in 1989. Okay.
I was 3. I gave my age. Okay, go ahead.
Y'all, I'm just going to pause right there. I just needed a little boost of caffeine. Keep my Jesus on.
Lots of grace. Okay.
Thank you for making me feel so freaking old. Okay.
Wise,
right?
Yes, you are
I'm sure wise. I'm wise.
Seeping
right
with
there,
wisdom.
and I'm wise right there, and I'm wise right there. Okay. So anyway, the Dead Poets Society was really about Robin Williams as a teacher trying to reach out to youth and trying to make them embrace the beauty of reading again, because we were on the brink of that technology revolution, and we were on the brink of getting into a space, and Hollywood really embraced this, that we were getting into a space where people were doing away with books, and they wanted, that was the age of the Atari.
I don't know what that is.
Somebody please comment that you know what an Atari is. I need fans right now. I need someone to help.
Is that before my time?
It was a video game. The Atari video game.
Yeah.
You Pac-Man.
I had like Super Nintendo. That was like it when I was a kid. So if it was before that, it was before my time.
I'm begging y'all, somebody please show me some love and show me some support, because I'm feeling all alone right now.
I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. Okay. But the point was that we had this transition from 19th to 20th century. The Industrial Revolution helped literacy improve, and it really moved us into the greater access to books.
Gotcha.
And then the move from the 20th to the 21st century transferred us into a place where we were really in the technology.
Crystal said she knows what it is. She raised her hand and
Thank
said she
you,
knew.
Crystal. Thank you. Thank you.
I need somebody on my side. Somebody
this
raise their
is
hand if
my
they
heart.
didn't know what it was, because
Nobody's listening to you.
Wait a minute.
Okay, Dana knows Atari. Bless you, Dana. Okay.
That's not fair. That's not
fair. Okay, so anyway, it's okay to be young.
It is. Yes.
One day you're going to crack a joke, and some woman's going to look at you and go, "What's that?"
And I will feel exactly how you felt 5 minutes ago.
5 minutes ago, 5 shows ago. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so that was my nerd.
Okay.
My nerd vomit.
You just gave us like a 13-minute history lesson.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
but
good.
It's relevant.
It is absolutely
to what
relevant.
readers want, because it's changed.
Yes.
And so if you happen to be my age or older, you might want to consider this when you're writing, because it's not going to be what happened. So we had this recently with a writer.
Okay. What did we have?
We had an author who wrote an extremely lengthy book.
Oh, yes. Yes. Very
And
long.
and although the information was really good, her target audience was 20-somethings.
They're not going to read that.
And I said, y'all, in my best, loving, most Southern way, I said, sugar, it ain't going to happen. I love that you love to read long books. That 99.99% of that target audience will not even pick it up based on the fact that it looks like Moby Dick. So please tell me you know what Moby Dick is.
I know what it is, but I have not read it.
Praise the Lord. It's okay.
But I know what it is.
It's okay. All right. So that's my nerd vomit.
Okay.
I feel like I can rest well tonight.
Well, that's it. That's
I have just pontificated all of that completely superfluous, valuable information to the world.
Yes. Y'all will leave this show much more knowledgeable on the history of.
But it's all true.
Yeah.
It is all,
absolutely.
It's all relevant.
And it's valid for sure. So.
Okay, so going based on that premise that we really have to pay attention to our times and our culture, what do readers really want?
What readers really, really want is, and you skipped ahead on my notes.
Oops.
They do want entertainment. Make sure that your book is not boring. You do not want to have a bunch of facts. I always share, facts tell, stories sell. So you want to make it personable to your audience and not just, bore them with, less detail of, characters. If it's, I guess, what is that? Is it fiction, nonfiction? I get the two.
Characters are usually in fiction.
There you go, fiction. And then for nonfiction, you just don't want a bunch of, information and not share how you applied it or what your results were so that your audience can be relatable to you.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
They really want honesty.
They do. Yes. Yeah.
Y'all, we live in a place and an age and a culture where if you tell a lie, you're going to get found out.
Yes.
There's too many ways to back check and fact check. I mean, it's just going to happen. So just be real.
Yeah.
Just be real.
Yes.
Be authentic.
Yes.
Because there's so much fluff and stuff. My goodness. You can get lost in the world of Google. Like you can fall in that well and die and no one will know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I just encourage you just to always be authentic, be real. That is so attractive to people.
It is. Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, and I want to just even segue with the whole honesty component. So if you have a book that is going to contain, say it's an autobiography and it contains information that may be somewhat graphic, you want to let that be known up front so that your reader is not, I guess, blindsided and they come across something that they may not want to read. So you want to be honest and upfront in the beginning. Disclaimer,
you don't want to have
whatever
a book called Michelle's Wish. Yeah, and Michelle's Wish is XXX.
Oh, geez.
I mean, come on, y'all.
We're mamas.
Yeah, we're mamas, and I'm just saying that's not something Michelle's Wish. That sounds pretty harmless, right? And then you get to page 2 and you're like, oh, snap. What was Michelle thinking? And I don't know why I picked the name Michelle. If your name is Michelle, I sincerely apologize. I don't, my nose is itching, so it must be bothering somebody. But that was just a random name.
Yeah, that was. Okay. And then, like you just, it ties in with the honesty, is the transparency and the authenticity. Like you want to be transparent, you want to be authentic, especially if you're writing something that relates to your story. You want to make it to where someone will be able to relate to you by being transparent and authentic.
So, what was the book your kids were reading this summer?
What is it?
40?
How to Ruin Your Life by 40?
How to Ruin Your Life by 40. Now, that sounds interesting. Okay. So authenticity sometimes, and we see a lot of authors who are doing this, like, I'm going to write a book and tell you all the ways I screwed up so that you don't have to, So I'm actually writing one of those myself right now because I've been an epic failure a few times. But that's authenticity.
Yes.
If you're going to write a book about your business, I bet you haven't made all the right decisions the first time. And if you have, tell Jesus we said hi because your name is God. But seriously, write about what's real.
Yes.
Because people are real.
Yeah.
And they don't need all that. I call it fluff and stuff. I don't know if there's a better name.
Yeah.
But they don't need all that fluff and stuff. Fluff and stuff ain't going to help them.
Yeah.
Real, authentic, true stories are going to help.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. What else?
So interaction and engagement. The readers want connection. They want to be able to connect with the author, via social media, via, email newsletters, whatever that looks like, creating, online courses or webinar, whatever it looks like. Readers definitely want to connect with the authors. I know I do. I subscribe to newsletters just because I love the author. It just makes me feel closer to them and, that I learn more about them and continue to keep up with any new books that they have. Because I know if they've, written 3 books and I loved all of them, if they, keep writing, then I'll end up, supporting those books as well.
And so one of the things that we do at Self-Publish in 30 Days, one of the things that Darren Palmer is, y'all don't tell him I said this. He's really great at this. And that is connecting readers and podcasts.
Yes.
Yeah. So like he is
Yeah.
he is
Like the king of
the
podcasts.
king of podcasts.
Yeah.
Yes. But he does a really great job of connecting those two genres. And so he may be talking in a podcast where he's talking about business on Market Leader Live, but he may refer to a lesson he learned in a book.
Right.
You know, or he may refer to a quote or a concept that was presented by an author. And so that engagement just begins to
Yes.
tie in, and it just begins to look at me, y'all. I'm talking with my hands. It just begins to weave together this beautiful picture, this beautiful story. It adds greater depth, and it's really valuable.
Yes. Yes. I agree. Definitely. Okay. What next?
Education.
Yes. Yes.
We can learn from books. Okay, but I want to give y'all a tip. Say it and shut up.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not a blog. Don't just take your blog and throw it in a book. There's a difference between a blog and a book. But you also need to say it and shut up. You don't have to say it, repeat it, regurgitate it, chew on it a while, spit it back out, pick it back up, and chew on it some more.
Right.
Not necessary.
Yeah.
I think that's
Absolutely.
what heifers do. Don't be a heifer.
Y'all. Okay.
Oh, we're in Texas. We have Texas understandings. That's what heifers do. Don't be a heifer. Just be an author. There's my
Yes,
wisdom for
there
the
you go.
day.
Yes.
Don't be a heifer. Just be an author.
Well, with the education piece, typically when someone is picking up a book, they want to. It's in the area that they need help. So, like I'm reading. I guess is it Stormy? And tell me her last name. Starts with an A.
Mardian.
Yes. Okay. So I'm reading about how to be a praying mom or parent. Is it mom or parent? I don't know.
I think they're one and the same.
Well, no. Well, look.
If you're a
I think-
mom, you're a parent.
I know, but sometimes those moms need different kinds of prayers than the father. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But I'm reading that because I'm in a season where I got to pray for my kids all the time. Pray for me and my kids
I know.
all the time.
You
So,
know what
yeah.
I tell my kids when they get a little ornery? You're gonna make me have to pray for you. Bless your
Right.
heart.
Yes. They keep me close to Jesus. Oh, yes. Keep me
You
close to
just, you done made me. I'm gonna have to pray for you twice today. Oh dear.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, but that's the education aspect of it. So
Yeah.
I'm looking for ways that she utilized prayer and how I can implement that in my life to be beneficial for my kids.
yeah. And then the information part, like if you're speaking to a specific audience, like we're doing a book right now on real estate wholesaling, say it. Like, let it be known that your book is about real estate wholesaling. Don't make the title some great big mystery, because people want to know that. There's
Right.
too many other options out there. Make it known what your book is about. That's what
Yes.
readers want. They want cut and dried, get to the meat of it.
Yes.
Now they want it to be entertaining.
Yes.
Okay. You can't just have pages and pages of bullets. But
Right.
at the same time, it is a discourse. But at the same time, you've got to be able to tell your readers this is what it is.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
I love surprises.
I do too for them. Well, no, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna be authentic and transparent. Most of the time I don't like surprises.
Except
But I've
when
learned to
I give them
yes,
to you.
yes. I've learned to embrace them.
She didn't have a choice.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, but surprises are good.
Yeah, they are.
They are
Yeah.
they are good. The twist. So if it's a fiction book, the twists. I'm making up new words. The twists and the plots. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
yeah.
I just made up a new word, y'all. Call Webster. Dr. Charli, the book mama, says there's a new word. But in all seriousness, that's a natural part of fiction. But you can even do it in nonfiction. So are you familiar with Paul Harvey? I've talked about him a little bit before.
Have you? I do not remember.
Okay.
I know
all
Steve
right.
Harvey.
Wow.
So let's
I can't. Okay, Steve Harvey is an awesome comedian and a great talk show host and many other things. But he's not Paul Harvey. I think my side hurts.
Hey, I have to make it real to me.
I love you so much. Okay, Okay.
I'm glad you can
Paul
laugh at my
Harvey
expense.
was
Okay, go ahead.
a famous radio broadcaster that was known for his articles in his show called The Rest of the Story.
Okay, yeah, I don't remember
And
anything
he
about
was
him.
great at these twists. So he would give all the facts about a person, never revealed their name. And you would be going, man, who was that guy that used to be a garbage man and now he's a senator? And how did he do that? And then he would suddenly give his name, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, so
I can't relate.
somebody show me some Paul Harvey love. Y'all, I'm feeling extremely wise today. Okay. Now, I will, in your defense, Paul Harvey was like at a geriatric stage by the time I was.
Okay, so I don't
in my
even feel bad.
20s.
Like, yeah, you just took that away from me. I don't even feel bad anymore.
Okay,
I'll stick
I'm
with
so
Steve.
glad. Yeah, I like Steve. Wow. Okay. We just need to move on to something else that writers like.
Okay,
author readers.
Yes,
One of the elements
Okay.
of publishing.
So it's good to occasionally mislead them when it comes to surprises, but you
Yeah.
don't want to take them on a rabbit trail and just leave them there. So the next piece, and I guess this is what I really like too, and I'm embracing this side of me, is the emotion. I wanna have those jaw-dropping moments when I'm reading, just because it's just that connection. Yes. Like I just want to be like, oh my goodness, I just want to hug this author. I just want to,
Kevin
love
Brown,
him.
The Hero Effect.
Yes.
We both read that book recently.
Yes.
And I have talked about that book and talked about that. Y'all, that book is like this big. Okay. My wallet is bigger than that book. Yeah. I wish it had that much money in it. But,
right.
Yeah. Literally, I cried.
Yes. Yeah.
I cried.
That was really good. It was really, really good.
It was.
Yeah.
I was like, why did I have to read this?
We were forced against our will, and we ended up enjoying it more than we wanted to admit.
That's just another thing. Nobody tell Darren Palmer, please. Okay. And then there's guidance.
Yes. Yes. We want to guide the reader. The author needs to guide the reader.
Okay, but how does that happen?
Well, let me see. They don't need to leave them wondering like why the character did so and so. You want to fill in any gaps. And take them, and like I said, just a few moments ago, it's not taking them on a rabbit trail to where they don't know what is coming next. Right. Or you're talking about you have the book on wholesaling, but then you're talking about something completely different that has nothing to do with wholesaling. So,
right.
So that's and that's huge because. You don't want the reader, and that's why even when we do initial assessments, that's how we are reading, our authors. That's how we read it. I want to be able to fill in any of those blanks. So, why did you feel this way, or what happened here, or where were you in this moment, or how old were you around this time, to kind of fill in gaps, because you don't want to write a book that leaves the reader more confused than when they started the book.
That's true. So there's one thing that we talk about all the time. And if you watch our show pretty regularly, you probably know what I'm about to talk about. But the greatest guidance for a reader is the outline.
Yes.
It's the outline. Look, we live in the information age, and people who are reading are processing on a completely different level than people. That's why I kind of gave the history lesson beforehand, because we have to process on such a different level. Yes. Just during this show, all right, not only are we talking, we're interacting with comments on the screen. We've each gotten text messages. Okay, we've probably gotten emails, and there's stuff in front of us to read. It's all around. And so we're just taking in all this writing all the time, and all this stuff that we have to read. And so even from a very, very young age now, readers are processing in a bullet frame of mind. And so they're looking for the logical length and the logical process. And if you did not outline what you're writing, and you did not come at it with a coherent, cohesive, logical line of thought, you're going to lose your reader, and they're going to put down your book.
and they're not going to refer your book to anyone else. Just like
Right.
the Kevin, who was his name?
Kevin Brown.
So you're really good with names and all that. You know what? I just know the title and I'm good. So the hero effect. If we didn't connect with that book, we would not be referring anyone else to read it. So, I mean,
Right.
and that's what will end up happening with, you know, an author's book if they don't do those things. So it's extremely important.
Right. And the bottom line is keep the reader in mind.
Yes.
Keep the reader in mind.
Yes.
You're going to have to be much more succinct and to the point, and you're going to have to use, different language. We talked about that before when you're trying to reach millennials and when you're trying to reach Generation Xers. That's a whole different level of writing, and you've got to understand how they think.
Yeah.
If you're trying to reach someone like us, hey, we're chicks and we're moms
and wives.
And wives. Oh, I almost forgot that part.
Right. I can't forget it.
But you're going to have to reach us on a different level.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I will say, and you'd want to keep the reader in mind, but first and foremost, you write the book for you while keeping the reader in mind.
Explain that.
So I look at it as, therapeutic, really kind of diving in from even like a journal aspect. So like, Diary of an Entrepreneur's Wife, I learned through that writing process more about myself than I realized, and had several revelations. So even though I wrote it, for me, I kept my reader in mind,
right.
And was, able to kind of learn and grow as the reader would learn and grow and see the transition and the transformation
right.
from, the beginning of our business to, semi to where we currently are right now.
Right.
Yeah. I think there's going to be a version 2 of that possibly.
I'm just trying to figure out how I am going to do some sort of joint project between Paul Harvey and Steve Harvey. Because that's going to happen in my brain. I'm going to be laying in bed tonight trying to figure out how I can do something with Paul Harvey and Steve Harvey. I think I can do it.
I believe in you.
I don't know how yet, but it's going to be good.
Yeah, I know it. I know it will be. Definitely.
I love your guts. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, we would love to hear any questions, comments that you have. We would love for you to, talk about Steve Harvey and Paul Harvey. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, we hope that you have gleaned something from our discussion today. We love to help writers. We love what we do, and we love to help you get your story out. You can reach us at Self-Publish in 30 Days. You can say something in the comments, and we can reach out to you that way. Just leave your email. We have a programming specialist, and I assure you, you will get an email if you want more information about putting out your book, or if you would just like to see our picture again, you can always go to our YouTube page and you can watch us make ridiculous statements again and again and again.
Hey, we make writing fun.
Yeah, we definitely we are a carnival between our 2 ears, most definitely. So I am Dr. Charli, the book mama.
Stephanie Palmer, the grammar queen.
Y'all have a blessed one.